hope that you're staying well, keeping isolated, doing what you can to help get coronavirus out of our communities and countries so that we can go back to living our full lives again. Now, because of this, it's unprecedented times, isn't it? And I have found, like all of you, that I need to adapt the way that I'm working. So this video is going to be an update for how things are going to be moving forward with my work, so that clients, people wanting to come and see me for training, and those of you just wanting to see me work or learn about my books, have an idea about how you can still keep in touch with me through these difficult times when we're finding ourselves in isolation. I mean, it's, unprecedented. So we're all trying to find the best way forward for ourselves. And so this video is going to update you about that. This community is really, really important to me. And one of the wonderful things about being on social media at the moment is that it is bringing us all together. So I do intend to do a few more videos. Apologies up front if you're seeing me more than you might like over the next few weeks. But I do think it's important that a time when we all need to feel that we are connected because we are isolated, that we see familiar faces, and that maybe there's something different that we can watch or learn from, make use of that time whilst we're sitting at home. So I plan to do that. So that's one of the ways I'm going to move forward. But please do leave comments, leave a kind word for people on this community, come together, because this page is not just about me. It's never been about my work. It's about us and our own journeys to self-realization and understanding that we are eternal in nature and that you cannot die. And my goodness, how important is that message right now? It really is important in a time when it seems that fear has really governed countries, the human population, and some of that fear, I truly believe, is driven by a fear of death. It is in feeling like, death is a final destination of nothingness. And if we could just help give a little bit of peace and calm and comfort to those who will inevitably lose somebody during a pandemic like this. My message, I feel, is hugely important right now. And you guys here in this community that hold that light and truth also play your part. So we can keep positive for those maybe who are feeling scared and frightened and vulnerable. And my thoughts are going out to all of you who are in that category, to the elderly, to those of you who have underlying health problems, to those of you who may be young and just gotten unlucky and feeling really, really unwell out there. You have my positive thoughts, my healing intentions and my best wishes. But most of all, I just wish to impart upon you that, there is no such thing as death. So if you are feeling fearful of that being an outcome, I just want to try and give you a little bit of peace of mind. In fact, if you could know what it was like to be out there in the spirit dimensions, you wouldn't be worrying or carrying fear at all in that respect. I think the fear comes in, for those of us who know that life goes on, in the thought of us leaving behind those that we love, and that's completely valid. So obviously, there's fearful times and fearful things around death, but I'm just trying to keep it into balance a little bit. And that also goes for those people out there that may be feeling out of control and feeling panicky, like they want to, stock up on everything and be able to manage whatever outcome comes. And I think what's happened and what it's shown me over the last few weeks is a real lesson in going with the flow. We're not in control of this. We have to just go with each day as it comes and deal with the cards that life is giving us. And let's not forget, there is no control ultimately, is there? I often, I've chuckled to myself that we're standing on a rock, hurtling through space without a driver. And so many times in life we try and control our situation. And we can to a certain degree. And humans are hugely intelligent and we have come on leaps and bounds with science. But ultimately, we find peace and contentment in being able to come into the moment. Remember who you really are, an indestructible being, who is here to have an experience, who is here to self-realise, and who is here to bring love to those around you during that journey. So let's keep that at heart. Now, down to the everyday business then for me, for those of you waiting to hear what I'm going to be up to. I've had to unfortunately cancel my workshops that are happening through April. That most probably is going to extend into May and June. Who knows? I'll update you as we go along. That's because the venues have closed down. They're following government guidelines, and so that decision was even taken out of my hands. But even if it was in my hands, I'd have still taken that decision, because obviously there are vulnerable people out there, and we don't want to be causing them any more trouble than they've already got right now in the world, do we? That goes for demonstrations as well, public demonstrations. I won't be out there doing audience demonstrations for a while. The spiritualist churches and centres across the country are also closing their doors, which is why it's so important that we stay connected here in our tribes on social media, isn't it? Because you're not cut off. The spirit is always connected anyway. So, you know, we'll do what we can through video instead. So I do apologise if you're seeing my face more than normal, but there we go. That'll be why. I probably won't be doing readings via live Facebook. That's because I don't believe that it translates well for providing evidence of survival. I'm sure other mediums out there will be doing that for entertainment value. However, I'm all about providing evidence of survival and the truth in this message. So I'm going to have to find other ways of working. Now that brings me to personal readings. Those of you who are booked in, and my waiting list is well into 2021, I want you to know that those readings are still being honoured. The beautiful thing about the spirit dimensions is it's not physical. So spirit contact and readings can work whether you're in two different buildings or whether you're sitting together in the same room. So I can connect with you via Skype, the phone, or Zoom, and your experience with your loved ones will be the same. Where it isn't the same, and I fully understand this, is for those of you who have maybe read my books, who've been looking forward to meeting me in person, who just enjoy the personal contact. I understand that side of things isn't the same, because we can't have a hug. I can't, hold your hand if you're feeling upset, or pass you a tissue, that sort of thing. That's where we will notice a difference, but only a small one. I do readings all the time via Skype. They work well. Anybody here in this community who's had a Skype reading with me who can vouch for that, please leave a comment, let people know, give their mind some ease, because the spirit world are here. They want to get through to you more than ever at the moment, and I'm noticing that in my readings. There's an urgency and a strength in the connection, and they're giving insight, upliftment, and kind of support really in these times to help you, especially if you've been worried with careers and all that kind of thing. So actually having a reading is not a bad idea at this time, even if it's via Skype. So those of you who have got a booking with me, I just ask you to honour that, especially if I find that I've got no work at all, I'm going to have to go and get a different job. And then there won't be any personal readings one-to-one, because I, like everybody else out there in the world, have got a mortgage, have got a family, have got bills to pay. I'm in this system. So if we can just jog along now, honouring those readings, I know that the spirit world won't let you down. As I said, they can be anywhere. They're not limited by space and time. Your loved ones are with you always. They're there in the room with you whilst we're sitting, and they can be with me at the same time. They're not in a physical body. So we don't have any problems there at all with spirit contact and connection. So I hope that helps to put a little bit of your maybe worries at ease if you are booked in with me over the next few months. And of course, if you do get unwell and you can't enjoy your sitting or even be present for your sitting, I will totally understand that. But otherwise, I am going to carry on as normal with the readings, because there is absolutely no reason for them to change or be cancelled and moved around. So I hope this helps you. Obviously, in the meantime, get yourself stuck into a good book. If you're at home looking to, feel some times, reach out read my books. They're a message of hope. They're a hug in dark times. And I'm thinking all the time now, I'm being inspired about what I can write next. So those of you who keep asking me when's another book coming, you know, I wait until the spirit world inspire me, and then when it all comes in, I then know I can start writing, and I'm feeling that energy building. So who knows what may happen? I'll keep you posted on that. Anyway, this is a really long video. I hope there's some words in here that have been able to give you some peace of mind. So I'm going to sign off now, but I shall be back soon with another video with inspiration, with some insight, teachings, and an update really on, I think a good video would be what I am perceiving from the spirit world at this time, wouldn't it? So I'll see you guys soon. Take care out there. Stay well.